Good afternoon and welcome to Music and Chatter. Again, this week we have a wonderful couple from Milwaukee, Wisconsin to play for us. They're a cello and keyboard duet and they're tied into our church in some ways. They are Sterling and Elterine Biggers, the brother and sister-in-law of Steve Biggers from our church. Also, Steve and Sterling are the children of Jayne Biggers, and Jayne is a wonderful, wonderful artist who painted the picture that's in the raredos behind our altar at Church of Our Father. So we welcome them. We're very happy to have them with us again. Now, both Sterling and Ellie have taught in school districts, and both have been teaching for a good number of years. Ellie started playing the cello later in life, and she's worked at it very hard and become a very accomplished musician. They're both retired musicians who have worked at different places, and they hope when the virus is gone, they'll be able to go back to places like the Mother of Good Counsel Church, or school rather. Both of them play very actively in different summer and spring concerts in the Milwaukee area, and Ellie is strong voice of the Wisconsin School of Musicians Association. We thank them both for being with us here this afternoon, and we look forward to their music. The first song that the Biggers are doing is called The Song of the Birds, and this is by Pablo Casals. Pablo Casals is a Spanish musician, and he started his concerts in the traditional Catalan Christmas song, and this one is called The Song of the Birds. The lyrics describe the joy of the birds, listed verse by verse at Jesus' birth. It has been a favorite of cellists ever since. Here are Ellie and Sterling to do Song of the Birds. The next song is called Cavatina by Joachim. He was born in Switzerland, but his father had to flee Switzerland to move to Germany because at that time there was a forced recruitment into the military for Napoleon fighting in Russia. This was around 1810. Joachim was largely a self-taught musician, studying projects as he worked as a schoolmaster. Later on, he started writing music and sent his compositions to none other than Felix Mendelssohn, who commended them and had them published. They had a favorable review from Robert Schumann, another famous writer at the time, another famous composer at the time. Raff was very prolific, but at the end of his life, most of his works were largely forgotten. Only one piece, this Cavatina for violin and piano, is performed very regularly today, sometimes as an encore. His Cavatina. Our third song of the evening is Allegro Spiritoso by Jean-Baptiste Sonata. He was born in 1687 in Paris and was the son of a French Baroque composer and a violin virtuoso. His music was done more in an Italian style, and he wrote many pieces. Many of his songs were well known for the fast 2/4 movement, and one of the sonatas, Allegro Spiritoso. This has versions that have been published and transcribed in a wide variety of instruments, from violoncello to bassoon to euphonium. Here is Allegro Spiritoso. fourth song of the evening is a sonata in D minor by Arcangelo Corelli. Corelli was an Italian violinist and a composer of the Baroque era. His music was a key in the development of the modern genres of sonatas and concertos. He established a preeminence of the violin, and in most of his coalescing of modern tonality and functional harmony. Here is Sonata in D minor. Our final song is one that's called A Mass, and it's a Mass from Leonard Bernstein, and it's called A Simple Song. This one was composed by Leonard Bernstein, and it was commissioned, interestingly, by Jacqueline Kennedy. It premiered in September the 8th, 1971, and it was for the opening of the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts in Washington, D.C. This Mass was also played in Europe in 1973 and in other places. Originally, Bernstein had intended to compose a traditional Mass, but decided instead on more liturgical passages that are sung mostly in Latin. Anyhow, this work was intended to be staged also, but has been performed as a standard concert setting. It's interesting that its critical reception, including a review in the New York Times, was largely negative, but Columbia Records' recording of the work encouraged excellent sales, and it's well known today. Here's Leonard Bernstein's Simple Song.